Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Stoneblock 3. In the last episode, we made this monstrosity, which I have improved over between the episodes, and this is our passive mob farm. I have controls here. I basically just moved around where all the controls are and made sure everything is working well. But we can basically just do this, turn the lights off, and things spawn in. I don't want to do that too much right now because our storage is full. We're going to try to deal with that today. And we're going to make some upgrades to this, let's say. So everything is working pretty well. We have a lot of jelly babies, which is nice because we can just... Actually, I want to see. Okay, if you just eat them, you eat one. If you hold shift and eat them, you eat the entire stack, which is really nice when you need, a lot of levels. So, yeah, we have some cool things to do. And did a bee literally just spawn underneath my... Why? Why? I kind of wish I could disable that, but, so today, I'm getting some frame rate issues. Weird. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to improve this a little bit. We're going to deal with some blazes, and we're going to, what else do we want to do? We're going to do some, more questing, I think, when we have the time, but we've got to deal with a couple of things, and, first thing is our original ender tank is now empty, so we can change the colors on those, which is what I wanted to do. So let's grab some... Do I have blue dye? I do. Let's grab some blue dye, and we're going to make these blue, 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 and that will make sure that these two are connected. And then what we can do is we can take this one and go place it over here with our water condenser collector thing. Eventually we'll move this, but for now it's fine where it's at, and that will fill up with water, and that means that the one over here will also fill up with water. Now we need to make another one for lava for our magma block thing, so that we can get obsidian. And to help with that, we're going to do just something very basic. We're gonna figure out where this is, and we're just gonna bring over some cables, and I actually don't know if that is... No. Do this. It'd be better if I placed it correctly. So we'll put that on the chest. We will tell it to export magma blocks, and magma blocks will start going in there, and we'll start getting obsidian. So this is apparently full. This takes so long to do anything, but ultimately, I don't care. It's fine. So that will start getting us the obsidian that we're going to want, because we're gonna need to get some more void upgrades. We're gonna make a system so that we can bring over all the items from over there mostly and store them in here. Now that does mean I'm gonna want to grab our configuration tool and do that real quick, and let's put the paper with the... let's put the paper on the other side. We'll put the paper somewhere over here. Let's just put it here for now. And then what we can do is we can store all sorts of stuff over here. All the mob drops that we're going to be getting can be stored over here. And the way we're going to do that is with ender drawers. Now, these are functional storage drawers that can be linked up with one another, and so it basically acts like a ender chest, but it's a drawer. And what we're going to do is we are going to hook this up right here so that it is connected to this pipe, and I want to configure items. We want it to be, nope, not a color. I need to get blocks. It is filling up with other things right now, and that's not necessarily good, but not the end of the world. And we're going to want to take those items out. Now, I don't know if you can place it so that it's facing up or not. It does not look like it. So we're just going to take all that stuff out. And we do need to... Okay. It shouldn't be filling up with items. Is it connected somewhere else? I don't think so. Oh, it is. Alright, we gotta clear this out a little bit. So we're gonna put the drawer down. And then we're gonna configure it so that it cannot accept any items. I need the configurator. And that is what we want to see. So all that stone that's trying to come in is going to go back and it's going to get stuck. So let's just grab a couple stacks of stone. And that's fine. Okay. So that should be good. This should not get any items because it only has an exporting feature. And then we can just do something like this. And the whole point of this is not to store anything, but we're immediately going to extract things from it and put it into the storage. And everything that comes from this farm is going to need to have void upgrades. So we need to make a couple more things. Also, we're going to... I did get a Vile Sword that has Soul Stealer 4. That means every time I murder a blaze, this will get... I don't know if it's going to be 4 or 4 extra souls. So it might get 5 per kill. It might get 4 per kill. But either way, it's going to get a lot more. And that is what I want. So that is good. And we'll get the ender drawers set up soon enough. But we're going to want another logistical transporter sorter. Because some of the stuff over here I will show off. We are getting a lot, and I mean a lot, of maracas and xylophones and French horns and drums. Fun fact, you can play them. They make noises. Kind of cool. Those... I don't know where those came from. There are items in here that I've not seen before. It's like a random reward. That's weird. But we're going to move all these items over there. But like all of the tubas, they have no use to us. So we can't even make them. The mobs just drop them. But all of this stuff we're going to just get rid of. I considered keeping the quivers. Give us some interesting bow arrows. But at the same time, meh. We'll just void those. We'll void all the potions of healing, and that will be fine. Just put this stuff in here if we can. I don't know where it came from, but oh, you can't put luggage in those. Okay, well, whatever. So anyways, we need to get some things going. And then I also found this is a skeleton spawner. We are going to turn it into a blaze spawner. And I want to see how that's going to work in our thing. It shouldn't spawn anything. So if we come in here, one, we want to turn the fan off. But we want to keep the lights on. So if we come in here, we should be able to put the spawner right here. And then we can change it to be a blaze spawner. We're going to get out of there real quick. turn that back on, and these guys are going to get murdered. Now, the thing is, the blaze spawner will stop spinning at some point, I believe, if we're too far away. But it might also just continuously go. It is going to give us blaze rods, which is really nice. But I wish I could, like, turn it off. Also, we can see... I don't remember if this has to be... I think it just has to be in the hotbar. Let's murder exactly one. And then get out of here. Okay, so that gave us 6 souls. So the idea is we're going to eventually just spawn in those guys and murder them so that we can get all the souls, and then that way we can get a soul shard spawner, which is controllable with redstone. So let's make some stuff to let's see, what do we want to do first? Let's go ahead and let's get the logistical sorter set up. So we're just gonna put this on the side. And I think what I want to do, this is gonna be really kind of dumb, but also I want to have it kind of out of the way. We can put the ender drawer here, which still has stuff in it. That's fine. And those guys are gonna just kind of do their thing. We do need some blaze rods though, so that is good. And we're gonna get let's go get a chest and some pipes. And we're going to basically run pipes to a chest for temporary storage. And then let's get the logistical transporters. Let's get a stack of them. It's going to take a little bit to craft. While we're waiting, we do want to get some sharpness and beheading especially. So we're going to want 10 of these. We're going to want 20 iron helmets. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And let's just 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we're going to want the same amount of gold. And that is presumably enough for 10 Mob Master upgrades beheading. Then we're going to want looting. We're going to want 2 more of those. So we're going to want to get some lapis turned into some more blue dye. And then we're going to want sharpness, which means we're going to need 40 iron swords. So let's get all these. And then we should be able to upgrade our stuff fully. I haven't been counting, so 2, 3. Perfect. And sharpness. So this will upgrade our mob grinder. And it looks like the blazes will stop spawning for right now if we're far enough away. And then kind of the idea is while this has Soul Stealer and Fire Aspect 2, we're going to get some sharpness on it through books. And books are hard to get because of leather. But leather is really easy with a redstone furnace and rotten flesh, which, hey look, rotten flesh. So let's go ahead and we're just going to put these in here. It will murder the guys a lot faster and also steal my items. And we're getting blaze heads. That is what we want because that is blazing blood. And blazing blood means we can smelt more things and finish up some quests. So that's kind of be what we do. So let's see if we have the... I'm going to put this stuff away. I'm going to continue enchanting the Vile Sword, try to get some high level sharpness on it, potentially even some looting. I don't think that affects anything, but and then I will manually go. Do we have Do we have nether wart? We do. So I should be able to make a brewing stand. And then we can use this to make fire resist potions, and I will do that, and murder blazes with the soul shard stuff, and that will get us more stuff. Okay, so eventually we'll have to go. We'll just murder this guy. We got a stick. We don't need you anymore. Now, yeah, that gave us 6 souls. No, no. Stop burning. Okay. So that gave us 6 souls. So now, next time we go to one of the dungeons, we can grab, like, a wither skeleton. Wither skeleton spawner is another one that I want to get. So that is going to be the plan with that. So what we need to do now is set up a system to sort all of the items, and most of this I'm going to do off camera, but we want those logistical transporters, not quite all of them, but that's fine. And what we're going to do is we are going to place down a chest right here. So we're going to put a pipe, chest, and then the logistical transporter, and then this is going to have a couple of paths, and we will get a trash can for one, to get rid of everything that we don't want, and it's going to be max stacks. It is going to automatically eject items using the default configuration, which we're not going to have, but then we can do something like this. We can have that be black. Let's just do black because it makes sense. I might regret that later. And this one can be green. So then the thought is, if we take the configuration tool, right? No, not the configuration tool. We need the other one, the linking tool. We can, it says on here, left click an ender drawer to store frequency. So we'll store this one, and it's stored in the tool. And then we run over here and we connect this to this. You get a shift click. Right. I forgot. I did this earlier just to see how it works, but yeah, it doesn't matter which way we do. So now those two drawers are linked, and then we can just shift right click to clear that, and then get rid of this. Okay, so demonstration time. So the whole idea behind this is we will have, let's say, blaze rods. We have no blaze rods in there. We have 9 blaze rods on our person. So if we just come over here and do something like, you know, put the blaze rods in here, they are disappearing because they are getting extracted out of the other side, and then when they're gone, it's empty. So the whole idea is that we will send items. It'll be kind of slow. Hopefully it will be fast enough to keep up with the spawns, but if not, we can improve the transporters, these things. There are more levels of those if we just upgrade them with the alloys, up to the ultimate, which pumps 128 items per second at a speed of 10 meters per second. So it's pretty good, pretty fast. And you should see that we have 9 blaze rods. Perfect. So that's kind of the plan. So I'm going to set this up, and we're going to basically, we need a trash can And if we accidentally trash a bunch of items, it's whatever. I think I have, yeah, trash can. So this is what we will use on the other side. And I just wanted it to be away from this corner because there's too much space there. Now there are a few items that we need to kind of deal with in terms of we need to take the rare loot chest, the epic loot chest, the clay, the common, the uncommon, and the jelly babies. These guys all need to be put into drawers over here so that we can store them. So that, and then any of the items that we get, we just need to make sure that we have storage and void. We don't want things to overflow because if this gets too many items in it and it can't fit them into the storage controller, then the entire system backs up. So we'll put jelly babies here, and then let's just do common. Which one is better, the rare or the epic? We're gonna say rare. Epic. Is there other ones? Let's look at the... Okay, there is a legendary, so we'll leave a space for a legendary. So the clay will go there and the uncommon. Perfect. So yeah, I just need to fill in this stuff. We need to get a couple more things going before I go away and do some work. And that is, we have those. Let's get an ender inhibitor. So this is just going to stick on the wall, and it's supposed to inhibit teleportation for entities up to 8 blocks away. So just in case, we're going to put that so that the Endermen can't teleport out. And then we're going to want 2 Ender tanks. So we're going to need 2 cauldrons. And do we not have any wool? We do not. We have sheep, but let's just use some string. And let's get 2 ender tanks. Now these need red dye of some sort. I think would be nice. But I don't know if I have any red flowers. Can we use tomatoes? I know you can throw tomatoes. No. Beets. Beets are red dye. I don't have many. That is a problem. So, is there any other ways? All those flowers, mystical flowers, we could chop up some flowers and get a little bit more. But I don't think I have any flowers. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't. So that is a problem. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook this up to... Let's see, is there anything we can do? I guess what we can do is let's grab some dirt. Let's grab some beet seeds. And then we'll grab some bone meal. And I think a Paxel can... No. We need a hoe. Wooden hoe will work. I wanted that. I shift-clicked it to put it into that inventory slot, but let's just bone meal till we get 6 of these. Perfect. Okay. So now we can get the red dye. We will put... let's just put both of these down real quick. Red, red, red. Red, red, red. This one will go right here. We'll turn it so that it fills up the dripper. And then this one, we need, do we have any pipes? Do we have any pipes? It's a mechanical pipe. We just need like one. And then we have lava. So we can just put this right here, put that there, grab our configurator. That fills up. That one fills up over there. And this will constantly have lava. So we'll constantly make magma blocks, which means we'll constantly make obsidian. So that is the plan for that. And then now I can get all of the void upgrades that we need so that we can make the mob farm go. So how much obsidian do we have? We have 31. Not bad. Now, it is something that we'll probably want to put a void upgrade on this because it will eventually overflow. Otherwise, so I'm going to work on the mob farm. I know this episode has already gone a little ways, but there's still a few more things that I want to do. I'm also going to take some of these blaze heads that we have, 21, and I'm going to go ahead and make some more blazing blood. It's not what I wanted to do. We're going to make some more blazing blood, and then we can finish up a few of the older quests and go from there. So that is what we're going to do. I will come back once I've got the mob farm sorted out a little bit more, and we'll finish up this episode by potentially doing some more questing. We'll see. But we'll get some stuff done. So I will be back once I've got that stuff done. So some good news and some bad news. The good news is I've got things kind of figured out. I do need to upgrade the transporters, but luckily we used 16. Exactly. That's kind of nice. So the filters I have, I am filtering everything. So from instrumental mobs, that entire mod is getting filtered to black. Same with all of the items that we're getting. Everything else is just defaulting to green. So if the system gets backed up, we'll see the item here. We can then take it out, deal with it as needed. Everything else is just going to go up here. So that is the easy part. I need to filter out, I need to upgrade these because it's not going fast enough for our purposes. However, that guy needs to go. Not because of any reason other than the fact that I cannot fight the blazes in here. Turns out they cause fires when they, shoot at you, and those fires destroy the dreadful dirt. So I'm going to need to get another rotten egg. When we have this set up with the soul shards spawners, those will be a little bit easier to deal with because those are controllable. We can, at the highest tier, not only are they really fast, but they are controllable with redstone. And so we can just set them in the ceiling, have another couple more levers for them, and that's it. So that is fine. We just can't have them in there right now. So what I'm going to end up doing is probably in like this room, we'll place down the spawner and pick it up as needed. That's pretty much it. So it's not the end of the world, but it definitely is a little bit more of a problem than anything else was. So we have been collecting some blazing blood. I'm just going to get a bunch of it. We have a good bit, and we'll get more later, but we do need to upgrade this stuff. So let's see. I don't have enough obsidian. Obviously, it's going to take some time to get more obsidian to get everything over here, but we can start working on that stuff. So do I have any alloys? No. I also haven't taught the system how to make the alloys. So let's teach the system how to make all of the alloys. They're not too bad. At least the infused alloys we can make. So we're going to need a pattern. And there we go. So we just have it do, and it's got to be in a metallurgic infuser. I think it's this one. We'll turn iron into infused alloys. And so we should be able to get, we just need 2 infused alloys right now. But those should go off and start crafting. And we should be fine. So, presumably. Let's see. Yep, the machine is going. Something that we'll probably want to do sooner rather than later is upgrade. These can also be upgraded to factories. And that's something that we can kind of work on next time, is getting all of that stuff taken care of. Because we're gonna want a factory for all of the types, because atomic alloys require enriched obsidian, which is just obsidian, that refined obsidian dust, which is diamond. So we need a diamond and we need a reinforced obsidian, refined obsidian, same difference. So let's go ahead and get these guys. So these are the faster logistical transporters, and you know, honestly, I think what we're gonna do is let's get a metallurgic infuser. Can we get another one of these? We can. Let's go ahead and make 2. And then we will get these set up. I will do that off camera. I can also make the tier installers. We could make the max tier installers eventually, but for now, let's just put this guy down. Let's see, we're going to want some more infused alloys, because it requires the infused alloys to make the next tier. So the reinforced requires infused, and we're going to need 20 each. Diamond dust gives us it only takes diamond dust, so we'd have to get diamond dust. You know what, let's just get what does refined obsidian dust requires? 10. So we can make 20. Alright, so let's get a diamond. Let's get 2 diamonds. And obsidian. And then we can get the refined obsidian. So it's going to require 40 each. That is perfect. So we need obsidian dust, which we can get from the enrichment. So we will be able to get this taken care of. So we're going to need that and that in there. And honestly, we could just put this right here. We could even put the other one there. This will need to get create, insert, and that's all I want right now. I just want it to have energy. So this should work well enough. We'll not worry about getting that stuff. So we need obsidian dust. We need the diamonds. And we need the infused alloys. So I do believe if we put this in here, it will do most of it. I think it takes 20 each. It does. And then we need 1 more obsidian, because these only give you these only take 10 diamond stuff each. And I will set all that stuff up off camera probably at some point. I don't know if it's going to be between episodes or not, but we'll get 2 of these guys, and we can upgrade these to the elite. That is probably good enough, but why not make it better? And then these refined obsidians we can get pretty easily. Again, it is 10, and then we take this, we enrich it to make the enriched obsidian, and then it is 40 each to make the atomic alloy. Let's see if we can grab this. Probably not. Almost had it. So we gotta run back over here. It's kind of, I'm not a fan, for the record, of, if you've ever watched any of my like series with refined storage or applied logistics, I'm not a fan of using the wireless stuff, just because it's not how I play. I'm still kind of more manual with a lot of that stuff, so I don't like just use a handheld computer and look at stuff. Like it's not how I play the game. But yeah, so that should use up all that. Perfect. We'll have a little bit of extra refined obsidian that we can use later, but for now it's fine. So let's get the rest of these smelted up, and then we can get these guys. So ultimate logistical pipes, transporters, whatever. This should transfer items very quickly out of here, and that is the whole idea. So, and I can't believe that it was exactly 16. So let's get this to configure items, and they are going very quickly. That is way overpowered, but oh well. We have resources, so it doesn't matter. Eventually we'll use that stuff for a lot of things, but for now this is good enough. So just having that upgraded means that everything can get sorted out quite nicely. It is going to take some time for this to take items out. That is going to be a bottleneck for now, but at least this chest is cleared and we can have all of our stuff. So I really dislike the bees. Let's go ahead and, is this done? It is. 3,000 blazing blood. Let's switch those around. We're gonna put this in here, and we need to smelt up 4 diamond blocks, I do believe, right? It is 4 blocks worth to get the cobblestone generator tier 5, which I'm gonna have to go steal a cobblestone generator. So let's get those smelting, and we can also start working on getting netherite with this. So everything is great. Let's just go ahead and pick this guy up, and this is what we'll upgrade. So this is something that we've been long overdue, and those will smelt up eventually. And we can always have just another smeltery. We'll have a system set up somewhere. We could have 2 smelteries, one feeding into this one that is just the blazing blood, and that is perfect, because things like netherite. So we're getting a lot of these netherite debris scraps, but we need to melt them into molten debris. And then can we just alloy it in? We can just make netherite with gold alloy with that. So that is something to look into, and that is our quest complete, the chapter complete. Perfect. So let's go grab the reward from that. So getting started is finally done. What do we get? A target. Really? Okay, we got 4 of them, but still. Okay. So there's still a few more things that we need to do. Let's go ahead and find a place to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're just going to get some dirt placed down. We still have a chicken in here. I can always get more chickens. I will probably get more rotten eggs off camera. But let's go ahead and grab 4 buckets. Get 4 buckets of experience so that we can finish up some more quests in the mob grinding utilities. There's just a handful of things we need to do. So we need to make some nutritious chicken feed. We'll take those buckets back. We can also put this stuff away. So the nutritious chicken feed will allow us to get
Happy birthday, Taco!
and that again. I'm glad it's really short because I don't know if that's copyright. So that is the golden egg, and then the golden egg will make delightful dirt. Similar thing, but it makes things very quickly. Please die. I don't want any of you here. Including the cute little starbunkles from Ars Magica. But if we need to get a bunch of mobs, that's how we can do it. So let's just come over here and get rid of as much of that stuff as we can. And then everything else we're just going to throw into here. So delightful dirt is the other thing. We'll get some more random rewards. I need those. And the last thing in this, other than donating 100 levels, is the mob spawner, the entity spawner. So this does require solidified XP. So we only have one jelly baby in there. Do we have more over here? I know this is probably going pretty slow. Oh, it's not going at all because we need to get that taken care of. We have not quite enough. So let's go ahead. Close this back up. Turn the lights off. Turn that on. And we're going to start getting some other things as well. Like, we are going to get other creature heads. Can the XP... Is there an upgrade for the XP solidifier? I think there is. Isn't there a speed upgrade? Yes. Let's get like 2 of those. So we're gonna need 2 buckets of XP. Not anything too difficult. This episode is getting to be very long, so I'm trying to end things off here soon. Just get that. We have infinite of most things at this point, so it doesn't really matter. So we can do this. We'll get the XP going a little bit quicker, just so that we can get those last few jelly babies that we need, so that we can make the mob spawner or entity spawner, I guess it's called. But yeah, oh yeah, that is so much better. Now the main stall is going to be getting the XP itself, but I can leave that on and it will spawn wherever we're at in the base. Basically, we can make the solid XP, and then we can make the entity spawner. We need to get 3 Eyes of Ender, so we're going to need some blaze powder. We're going to want a piston and craft that up. So we'll get 4, why not? And there is the entity spawner. And that is the quest. So it looks like we do in fact have to complete this at some point. It's going to take some time. What did we get for a reward? I didn't even see. No idea. Oh, we got a spyglass. Okay. That's fine. So I'm not planning on using the entity spawner. We have other means. So that, I think, is a good place to call the episode for today. So we're going to put Sky Slime Ball in there. And this is going to slowly get full of more and more items as we get them. I don't know what all kind of mob heads we can get. So looks like most. I don't know if these will actually drop or not, but we'll see. what we get and what clogs up the system, and go from there. So that is, yeah, we have a zombie head, we have a skeleton, we have a creeper, we have a spider. That's fine. I will get all of this stuff put into the system. There is one other thing that we're going to want to make sure fuzzy mode is on. For the armor and the bows. And anything else that will have durability. So we'll see. I'll kind of keep an eye on things, but yeah, that is gonna be it for today's episode. We have a lot of stuff done. We have a system to get mob drops, experience. We have a way to get plenty of blazing blood for netherite production and all that kind of stuff. So we can start working on even more things, and eventually we will get back to adventuring and all that kind of fun stuff as well. So that is going to be it for today's episode. Next time, I don't know what we're going to do. We'll figure out something, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!